if you're an artist, or anyone who's just listening to the video and not, like, looking at the video, do yourself a favor and look at the screen. Point at the screen. I'm gonna put the trigger warnings here. The following triggers are, like, self-harm, suicide, and the possibility of mentions of other triggering topics. And I would like to just say that here now. The other disclaimer is, don't harass nobody, that's not cool. I'll be mentioning names, and I don't condone harassment. Bye. Now, in the great words of the Slim Shady, it would feel so empty without me. End quote. Now you're probably wondering, Bugg, what the hell? Why are we starting with a Eminem quote from a song? Because various times I was made fun of for being a native Michigander in this group. So let me grab my list of complaints. I will not be talking about this certain situation with bad person. I will link in the description where you can get a lot of the information about a said bad person. It was handled, cops were called, everything's situated. To my knowledge, charges were brought. My main complaint is this would have never been brought into fruition unless I have seen 2 different messages from 2 people. And I find it very funny. The one complaining about a screenshot that was not censored in Chuuli's stream, and I'd like to... I already talked about it with who told me about it, and I basically said, like, look, I apologize, I was working between computer and phone, and it sucked, and everything was ass, and I'm sorry. Was it an excuse? No. I was trying to be as thorough as I could, and I thought I put the censored one in there. The other thing is, the way I was utterly spoken about by someone who literally told me, oh my god, we're just besties, we're friends. Lily, you can royally sit on a cactus for all I can care right now. The person I'm going to be talking about is Lily, aka Psychogram, aka Ghost Rule. Mainly known for MMD and or Vocaloid-like creations online, I will mainly be talking about a lot of the qualms and pet peeves I have with this creator. Why? We were friends for a good, like, 2-something years. Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. I don't remember the entire timeline, it was like a blur, because I tried to ignore her a lot. Why? She's like an emotional vampire. End quote. She drives me up the wall because she wants people to, like, pay attention to her. Because she's lonely. And I'll full-heartedly say that's literally one of the things she did, is she would call people because she's lonely, but then treat them like shit. A great example is I wasn't really credited for one of the textures for one of the models she made, and then she remade the texture so she didn't have to credit me. Funny, isn't it? So let's talk about the first topic. Her manipulation. This is where some of the triggering topics will come in. Any time Lily would be doing something wrong and then get caught in the wrong, one of the manipulation tactics she had was threatening self-harm and or suicide. Lily, this is the part where Nil came after me for schizo posting. I would like to say this is why I was schizo posting, because I was losing my mind. Anytime I was angry, oh, Bugg is mad at me. I guess I'm gonna just kill myself. Various times you would have mental health crises, and when we would tell you to go to the proper health professionals, you literally would go, no, my sister won't take me. Okay, then, if your sister will not take you, this is where you call a certain hotline. Because doing that to your friends is not healthy. Whether it's any of your friends. Especially friends who are also triggered by those topics. One of the things she would weaponize against me is the fact that I have a psychology degree. I'm not licensed, by the way. I was originally going to be licensed for, like, therapy and counseling. I would like to say I'm not licensed due to the fact that I'm using my degree for something else. Cool, isn't it? And the thing is, the thing that really grinds my gears here At various times, like, people would ask me educated questions in her server, and then she'd be over here like, Bugg mad at me. Oh. Her vet chat is literally like, if someone were to export that, a majority of her just going, no one's paying attention to me, I'm lonely, I'm gonna kill myself, I'll kill myself if my dog dies. Oh, I broke up with my boyfriend, and why do I feel like sick? Ugh. We're not even going to get into the boyfriend situation, mainly because of the way both sides reacted on that one. Not to mention, various times, even after manipulating people to get into the situation where she was getting the attention, it still wasn't enough because other people wouldn't join the call. Say she mentioned me and then mentioned like 3 other people. If the 3 other people didn't join, it still wasn't enough. And then she would be sad and start sad posting in the vent chat. This is the point where I start seek professional help. And then various times she said her therapist wasn't working. I'm not going to make fun of somebody's personal situation when it comes to that, but if you're saying your therapist is not working, that is when you should seek more help or look into a different therapist. That's just my own opinion, not a professional opinion, but a personal opinion. Alright, thumbs up. Now, let's talk about some of her weird-ass reasons for the manipulation. Various times we would all hang out and call, and literally, out of nowhere, she would just start watching a YouTube video. And if we didn't watch it with her, she'd get mad. There'd be other times where we were all sitting there and she just started playing an anime on DVD. And we were like, we didn't want to watch it. But I got kind of put in a corner and had to watch Akiba Maid Wars. Very good anime, but do not recommend when you're forced to watch it. Now to continue. Other situations. You probably noticed my AI video is no longer on my channel. About the dude bro who made AI videos. The reason I took it down is because I feel like I was manipulated into making the video. Now if I found the dude organically, I would have totally made the video. But considering I found him through her, I decided to take it down even though it was one of my better performing videos. Mainly because I just felt gross having her and other people attached to it. And it just, ugh. Now with that said, there were various times where it's just like, I was kind of rooting for the AI bro because he did have times where he didn't know how to draw. Behind the scenes, even though we showed off some of the drawings, me and a couple of the other users, the drawings were made fun of. And I'm like, even though they're slightly, they're not the best, he can still draw. That's still a step ahead. So, I don't know. I felt gross. I felt dirty. I didn't like the fact that being manipulated into a situation like that was not fun. This isn't to say, this is not the weirdest complaint I have. Not saying about Yume shipping. I don't know how many disclaimers I'm gonna have to put in this fucking video, but I have nothing against Yume shipping as long as you are an adult shipping with adult characters. Nothing is hurting anything. The only other thing is I will definitely have an ick if you're shipping with Hitler or something, obviously. So, that being said, I don't care who the hell you ship with. Honestly. Hell, one of these times I might draw myself shipped with Dante because I am a sucker for Dante. Anywho. Cocaine Spider. So, Lily ships herself commonly with Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel. This is where I get into the hilarious conspiracy theory territory here. Because, so the conspiracy theory territory is this. Hazbin Hotel was created before Zoophobia had gotten its, TV adaptation thing, right? Right, okay, cool, we got that. One of the main arguments that Lily uses about angel dust being shipped with a straight ship is, well, originally in the Zoophobia comics, point in that direction, Angel was shipped with Vaggie originally. That's true. But Viv then retconned a whole bunch of stuff for, you know, the Hazbin Hotel storyline to go to Hazbin Hotel, the, you know, canon storyline. Sorry, I saw, like, Bella from Twilight on my TV, and I'm like, where did you come from? I thought, like, some creepypasta shit happened. Oogity boogity. As I was saying, that was one of the main arguments. Personally, as long as you're not harming anyone, whatever, but she makes a huge thing that she hates Husker Dust as a ship, and also hates Valentino. I can understand hating Valentino, but, like, she had a, like, weird reaction when I said, oh, the voice actor is, like, really wholesome, and she's just like, nyeh. I was like, the voice actor isn't Valentino. Like, bro. You like Vox more than Valentino's voice. What? I'm trying to process this, considering the fact that Vox literally also beats the shit out of Angel Dust, by the way. Make that make sense to me. You also like Vox. Not as a ship, but you're okay with Vox. You're just not okay with Valentino. Make it make sense, because he also beats the shit out of Angel. Let's continue. Recently, Zoophobia has its TV adaptation thing. The pause was intentional, by the way. And with everything said and done, retcons, redos, and stories, with everything being canon, with one of the straight characters, the only straight character, alright? And most of Hazbin, I think, is nifty? So, let me hold your hand when I say this, Lily. The cocaine spider is never gonna canonically like you with tits. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, unless we're talking other things that I cannot mention on YouTube, maybe. But the cocaine spider is not gonna partake. Mainly because also in the show it's seen that he's had various scenes with men. You know, all men. Manly men. Hoo, cocaine spider only likes men. Hoo. Do excuse me, the musical number. But the other thing that drives me bonkers is she was like harassing somebody on Blue Sky over them saying, well, I don't particularly... One of the icks they had was with Yume ships is if you force a character that's canonically lesbian or I don't say straight, lesbian or gay, canonically, like if you're not sure, whatever. She wasn't even like rude about it, but Lily like went out of her way to fucking harass this girl. I was just so confused. I think they were a girl. I'm not sure. I just remember like really long hair. If you're not a girl, I'm sorry. And I'm like sitting there face palming because I'm like, over fictional characters and ships, hitting my head on a desk. Mind you, most of us are like happily taken women. Happily taken women. We have a happily taken in the group. Let me look at the group dynamic. There was a happily taken lesbian, happily taken polysexual woman, and then there's me, who was a happily taken pansexual. So I'm like, make that make sense here, Lily. Like, calm yourself. But let's continue. Various campaigns when she has ships that she does and doesn't like, but I digress. Again, I have nothing against Yume ships. I have nothing against you being a fan of Hazbin Hotel or anything. Just, yeah, you just won't be able to obtain the cocaine spider. Now, I would like to say there are various times in Hazbin Hotel, Angel is, like, platonically cuddling Cherry Bomb. You can be a platonic friend and cuddle your buddy. Various times I have done that with both guy and gal pals. So just keep that in mind. Next topic. I'm gonna do my best to not talk about certain things. But we're gonna take a little bit of a we're gonna take a little bit of a sideline here, because I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. The hypothetical is you and somebody you live with, both dirty dishes. If the dish, like, wherever you put dishes is not full, say like a dishwasher or like the sink, however you do your dishes. If it's not full, you're not gonna run a load of dishes, right? And waste water. Cool. Right. Awesome. So, the point I'm trying to make is Lily threw a tantrum over washing dishes one time to her sister because, well, it's not my house. I don't think I should have to wash the dishes. Okay, Lily, well, I live here with my roommate, and we take turns washing dishes all the time. What the hell? It's not hard. It's not rocket science. We see if the dishes need done, and we just do it. That's what an adult does. You know what I mean? It's not hard. I promise it's not that hard. The other thing that drove me insane was she's used this argument for various other things in the house, and we had to try to, like, put it in perspective that, you know, hey, if you had your own house, would you, like, not clean the bathroom? Or your room? Or, you know? Like, that'd be gross. Be nasty. The other thing was, I remember, like, various times where Lily would, like, talk to us during arguments with her sister. Not gonna go into the argument, but basically it just made all of us uncomfortable. Made me hella uncomfortable, but she wanted me to stay, like, as a witness, and I'm like, a witness to what? What am I gonna witness? So if her sister ever sees this, I apologize, because I did not want to hear that. So nothing against her sister. It's just her. Now, this is one of my favorite part, is treating us like weapons. Basically, if there's something she doesn't like, she would, like, frame things as these people were first harassing her. But there would never be proof of these people harassing her. Ever. Of course, we would have to do more of our due diligence, and the only proof we had of certain people were, like, the AI bro, where she'd be like, genuinely, she was being nice the one time. Excuse me, and the dude, like, flew off the handle. And that's it. Other people were, she was just trying to enter, like, an RP space for, like, Hasman Hotel, and people, like, shamed her Yume ship. And I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, grown adults are arguing over shipping themselves with a cocaine-addicted spider. Just saying. Just saying. Let me put that into perspective for you. I still find it funny that grown-ass adults are, like, arguing over whose ship is what. And some of these people are well into their 30s and 40s. Let me continue. Because I'm not done. Earlier, I talked about a stream. Lily was freaking out about screenshots from the stream, and I wanted to talk about the interesting conversation that I was sent. Of course, I will read the conversation, but I was told that if my friends, they want to, might voice act this, so if they do, I will edit it in. So, here we are. Basically, I sent screenshots to my one buddy because I was telling him about friend being angry about having to organize the thing about the screenshot, and I was like, this is just nuts. Friend was literally my buddy, was like, just, dude, literally, this involves a predator. I'm like, it's just one screenshot, and she's screeching about it. He's like, I'm mad she focused on the effing screenshot. Like, how do you think I feel? She focused on the wrong effing thing. Agreed. So this is the conversation I get. I was allowed to post this. For one, I don't think I considered a bad person as a friend. I'm not happy with what bad person did, but I'm also not happy with what Bugg did, not to bother to censor unnecessary names. I thought the names were very necessary, considering a lot of the context I had given Chuuli. Don't get me wrong, I'm more unhappy with bad person than I am with Bugg. but that doesn't change how angry I am with her. 3. I'd appreciate that you don't smother the situation in my face and make me feel like a, ableist name. Piece of shit. Also, I'm not mad at anonymous name. Lily, you're focusing on all the wrong details. Again, you may appreciate that I do not smother the situation in your face again and make you look like an ableist piece of shit. But let's not forget one thing here, Lily. 3 months ago, I had saved your ass and you welcomed that fire back into your life, but you tossed me out? Now you're mad about this. Keep in mind, one screenshot. One singular screenshot, one name she was mad about. I'm not mad about you guys warning me about the bad person. I'm mad about Bugg, because she did not bother to censor names. The names were needed for context. I was not censoring all of the names because guess what? Chuuli was not going after everyone. Just saying. I was assured by both Chuuli and Rin no one was like going to be yeeted at unless, for example, I did something stupid. Obviously they were going to come after me and I wouldn't blame them. Try. If something like this happens to you again, why would anyone stick their neck out for you when you're so ready to chop everybody's necks off? Who cares if they didn't censor a name? They weren't mentioned in the stream. It was also glossed over. Now let's look over something else in that stream, shall we? Did you notice that Chuuli was mad at me over what I had sent you guys? Why would I have been put into a position there when I had to resort to sending you what I had to send you? Because you were helping. Because the server was helping all of the evidence. Oh my gosh, so many screenshots. Where it continues. Not only were people deleting evidence, you were silencing me. Chuuli didn't know about that because we couldn't tell her. But sure, be mad at us over one name that didn't get censored. I had plenty to be mad about, Lily. And I never went apeshit over you, seeing how you went over this one tiny little thing. It's unbelievable, and I do not understand how you can go after Anonymous and Bugg over this, and let you off with so much. I've had nothing to do with bad person deleting into his gallery, so don't pull me into that bullshit. If anything, Bugg was the one helping with that. Hi. I already let Chuuli know about that we were asked to help, and we literally only looked like 5 pages in, Lily. Nice to know you were tossing me under the bus. Again. Multiple times you have. Again. I also find it very, funny. We'll be talking about you tossing people under the bus, because that's another thing you love to do when you get caught. I don't have the patience to deal with this right now. I have a migraine. I'm also trying to sleep. Do not message me any further right now. If I get any more messages about this bullshit, I will block you. Fucking do it. Don't pull this right now, Lily. Block me for all you want. Oh my gosh, dyslexia. But cause I will not fucking care. I pulled you out of this fire twice now, and I will not do it a third time. If that's the threat you will hit me with after you attacked both Bugg and Anonymous, then go fuck yourself. And then she blocked him. She literally blocked Try after, a rightful argument he had. Which, Lily, I find it very ironic that you, and not only you, but 2 other people also tossed our anonymous party under the bus. A lot. Like, she's the keeper of you and 2 other dumbasses. But I'm gonna be nice, because the 2 other dumbasses actually apologized to me. You, on the other hand, did a half-assed apology yeeted from the group. So, after the half-assed apologies, what did she do then? She, one time, made a character based off of my little Bugg Sona in, MMD Creator or whatever. PMD Editor, I think it's called. And she literally deleted every other video that featured the character based off of me, named June. And I find it very ironic, considering the fact that she likes to make characters based off people she hates too, by the way. So if she doesn't like you, keep an eye out. And she started deleting them and literally acting like I was never part of her life. Even though this was way before this all happened. I literally just, like, used to get pings from YouTube. You know, even if you've unsubscribed, they'll try to, like, ping you for people's videos. I got a ping that she was, like, she re-uploaded a video that, like, my character was already featured in and deleted it. So the one that my character was in was deleted and re-uploaded it with a different character. You went out of your way to do that. So I was like, screw it. The only reason I deleted the AI ones was at first because the bad person was in them. But since you want to be like that, I deleted the other ones to also not associate with you too, Lily. Because you also have a habit of attacking people for no good reason. Though I don't agree with Viggy's point of political views, you literally also had people kind of harass his channel. I was all for the hate train on Viggy, but now I'm realizing you would not make a very good trad wife considering you don't know how to clean a fucking house. This is the ending part of the video where I get to roast. I don't agree with the fact of a lot of the points he made, but god damn, you really need to look inward on yourself, girlfriend. There's a mirror. Use it. See the grass aside? Touch it. Cactus? Sit on it. Maybe habanero lube. That'd be nice. I don't want to watch it. That'd be scary shit. The cocaine spider never wants you. So, I think that's enough of a video. You guys were put through enough torture. And it's bad enough that I have to edit some screenshots just to censor people. So, this is my last little memo here for you, Lily. Do yourself a favor, and all I do hope for is you try to improve yourself. And knowing you, I know you're gonna tattle to your little server and be like, Bugg was a meanie. I'm sad that it had to come to this point. But you were literally the only person in that group that did not give me a genuine apology. You tucked your tail and ran. And now I'm also finding it funny because I'm also hearing from other people that certain people are angry because I'm still friends with Try. And other people are friends with Try. Don't think we don't hear that too. But here's the funniest bit of this detail is you guys are angry about that. But you're not angry that you introduced us to a creep. Have a nice day, guys. If you like my D&D content, go watch that if you want a more positive vibe. As for Lily, sit on a cactus. Have a good night.